So an interesting new thing that I'm interested in figuring out is how therapeutic the practice of speaking in front of the camera can be for mental health support, compared to something like journaling with pen and paper, which is actually like the main thing that I was trying out for a few months. With mixed results. I think that journaling with pen and paper can be effective for treating conditions like trauma or PTSD, but it doesn't really seem to be that effective for treating anxiety. It doesn't really seem to be that effective at treating more conditions that activate the nervous system more. So journaling with pen and paper mainly just targets things at the cognitive level, without having much of an effect on the body and nervous system and brain. Now there's also meditation practice as well, which is also very effective at calming down the nervous system through things like inducing relaxation and lowering stress hormone levels, inducing a sense of calm relaxation and focused attention, and being able to observe thoughts and negative emotions and feelings arising without being reactive to them, being less driven by negative emotions. But it's not entirely a safe practice though, because doing it excessively can also cause these negative side effects as well, where it can potentially increase anxiety or depression, at least in the short term. Then there's also medication, the main way that modern medicine tries to treat anxiety and common mental health conditions, or just mental health conditions in general. This is also even worse, the side effects, I mean, compared to meditation, because of how you can have much more serious side effects from that really limit your quality of life. Like with SSRIs, I don't even want to get into it really. Like the main negative side effect from that is that it can cause a significant increase in anxiety in the short term, while you are still getting used to the medication. Now, I did try it once a long time ago, and for me, that side effect was so bad that I was getting an extreme amount of anxiety that I thought I was gonna die, and I had to stop taking it. Never took it again after that, and I didn't have that level of anxiety again after that, though, so it was just induced as a medication side effect. So I'm never gonna try SSRIs again. But I think that modern medicine is largely unsuccessful at effectively treating mental illness, to be honest. There's a huge amount of mental illness that goes on in the world, untreated or ineffectively treated, because of things like how there's still a social stigma around mental illness, and also the pharmacological and therapeutic practices are not necessarily effective at treating the conditions either. The medications have side effects, they don't necessarily work. Therapy also doesn't necessarily work because they keep on talking about this thing where you have to find the right therapist that really works for you. So it's like dating. You have to find someone that you're highly compatible with, I guess. But that would mean that you would have to go through a lot of time and money in order to find the right therapist for you, because going to therapy is also expensive and time-consuming. You have to go through long wait times in order to see a therapist these days, because the mental health system is also strained by how so many people have mental health issues. And so I think that modern medicine is largely unsuccessful at really treating mental illness, and that it's a lot more difficult to treat than it seems. And the world is going through a mental health crisis as well, as a side effect of the modern world that we're living in, with all this technology and social media. And these things apparently initially look like they are going to make our lives better, but in many ways they also make our lives worse.